Hello everybody. I don't know if you're sick of seeing this palette yet, but hopefully there's room for one more review here. I'm going to be talking about the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette by Makeup by Mario. So if you wanted to see how I got this look and what I think about the palette, then just keep watching. Oh, hey. All right, so I think you already know what we're going to be talking about today. It is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight, and she is beautiful. This is coming up pretty true to color, maybe a little bit cooler in the camera than it looks in person, and we do have some comparisons. So maybe I will swatch on my hand first. I don't know. Looking a little shiny. I'm wearing my Prada foundation today. I will list everything I'm wearing in the description link below. But yeah, let's get started. So this is the shade EM1. Oh yeah, I forgot they're all just like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So EM1 is that kind of beigey, pale, kind of satiny look. Does it have a sheen to it? I would say a tiny bit. No glitter, but a sheen. EM5. This looks way more gray on me than I expected it to, which is weird. This one here, I thought it was going to be more brown. I was hoping it would be more brown, but that is EM9. So I'm doing them in this order. So top to bottom there. So that is the mattes. I'm actually going to grab the box because I think it actually says what the actual shadows are, like silk, satin, you know what I mean? So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So it looks like the new formula that he's come out with is the Suede satins, which have a suede texture with a demi-silky sheen for subtle luminosity and a glossy, for subtle luminosity, period. Then there are the glossy shimmers, which have like a wet reflective type look. Those are the standard ones we've seen in the other Ethereal Eyes palette. And then we have the sueded matte and then the metallic. So the shades that I've tried here, the first one is Satin Cream. And then we have number 5, which is this one here, which is Matte Gray Beige. So that makes more sense. It is a gray beige. I thought it was more taupe. And then we have, so 1, 5, and 9. And 9 is a matte warm brown. So that makes sense. It's a little warmer. You can see that. Okay, so I'll wipe those off and then we will go into the next row from top to bottom. Why am I doing it this way? I don't know. I should have just followed the rows properly. So this one here, so number 2 is a shimmering opal. Very pretty. This reminds me of that highlight by Chanel that nobody really liked, but I like. That has that blue kind of shimmer in it. Very, very pretty. And then we have number 6, which is a shimmering bronzy gold. So there's not a ton of base color in here. I think you probably know that already if you've used the recent or previous palette. And then we're gonna go in with number 8, 9, 10, which is shimmering golden gunmetal. So that's the one on the bottom. Oh, why did I do it like that? Oh. Okay, sorry. I meant to actually swatch it this way, but okay. So we have shimmering opal. We have shimmering bronzy gold, this one here. Then down here we have the Shimmering Golden Gunmetal. Okay. And now we're gonna go in with number 3, which is a matte mauve brown. I really like this shade, like kind of a pinky purpley brown. Very pretty. Reminds me a lot of like the Natasha Denona I Needed Nude shades. And now we're gonna go in with 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7 is a shimmering taupe. This one seems to have a little bit more base color to it. That definitely reminds me of I Need a Nude, these 2 shades for sure. Yeah, I wrote my notes down. And then the next one is just a matte midnight blue, which is number 11. Okay, that swatched impeccably. I saw, I didn't watch too many videos because I don't want to copy anybody's looks. I just want to do my own thing, and I just didn't want to know what people thought. But I did see a couple swatches, and I think Morgan Turner did not have a good swatch for this shade, but I don't know, it swatched, that was just one swatch, and it swatched really, really well. Okay, and then the last row, that blue wants to stay on my hand. The last row is number 4, which is a metallic slate. Very pretty. That kind of reminds me of something that's in the Dior Smoky Essentials. Very pretty. And then we have number 8, which is a satin cool gray. So this is another one of the satins. Looks matte, but it's a satin, very smooth, very nice glide. That swatched like very, very easily. And then we have the matte black. Very black. No issues swatching that one. So there we have it. So I'm going to show you a couple comparisons. We'll do the eye look first, and then I'll show you a couple palettes that it sort of reminded me of. Nothing like the Ethereal Eyes, the first one. So I noticed that this is now gone. They had brought it back, and I bought it when they brought it back. I don't use this one a ton. I don't know why, because I really like all the shades in here, but for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know. Try to see if there's a difference in the packaging. I can't tell. Some people thought that the old one was metal, and maybe the first one was, but to me, these feel exactly the same. I can't tell the difference between the packaging. So maybe the first one that came out initially was metal, and then the second one they brought out wasn't. I'm not sure, but to me, they feel the same. Just gonna wipe my hand off here. And I think for now, I was gonna do 2 looks, like day into night, but I think I just want to do one because I feel bad. My husband's kind of like waiting for me. Actually, he's watching a slasher movie right now, which I am not into. I'm like, yeah, you watch that without me. Ugh. It's what is it called? Terrifier? No thank you. Disgusting. If you've ever seen it, what's wrong with you? Just kidding, but it's gross. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do the one look. If you want me to do another one, I will definitely do another one. So I think we will start with this top mauvey color. I'm gonna go back in my notes here. So that is number 3, matte mauve brown. So I'll just go in with a fluffy brush here. I did a look yesterday. I should have just filmed it and then used the look from yesterday and the look today. And then I would have had 2 looks, but I wasn't that smart. why didn't I film it? What's wrong with me? I don't know. I didn't really like my face makeup and everything yesterday. I wasn't a huge fan, so. Okay. I might add a tiny bit of that mid-tone brown. It's kind of like a gray. Are you interested in this palette? I have kind of like a bone to pick with the beauty community. It's just so, not a bone to pick, but like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I can't even watch YouTube without being like, calm down. Like, I know, listen, I know I post in my community tab very rarely, but sometimes I do. Like, I just posted about the YSL palettes because those shades I didn't even realize they just popped up on Sephora Canada. Those like newest shades. I don't know if they're limited edition or not, but everybody, you know, when you go on YouTube and like your page is flooded with like out now, out now, out now, and it's like the exact same post over and over again, you're like, I know it's out. And if I'm that interested in it, I'll have signed up for notifications, you know? And I did do it for this palette, and I'm sorry, because you probably saw it a billion times. But anyway. And just like overconsumption. Like some people I watch just buy every single launch ever. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate it because obviously if it's their job, like solely their job, I'm gonna go in with this brownish gray here, then I totally get it. Like, that's their job. And I'm sorry, my washer is on and it's so loud, it's literally vibrating into the whole place right now. I don't know why it's so loud. Anyway, so I understand that, but at the same time it's like makes me nauseous how many launches are coming out, and I'm just like, okay, you don't need every single one. Just I feel like it makes people think that they need to go buy every single thing, and I really want to stress the fact that it's makeup and you don't need it. If I think something is really, really good, I will say it's really good. I'm never going to be like, run, don't walk, unless it's something that is super limited. Like sometimes the Chanel things, Chanel drives me mad, okay? The like very limited releases and the panic buying and like, I don't know, it drives me crazy that they do that. And if you're gonna release it everywhere at the same time. Don't be like, oh, US gets it now, or it's in the boutique now only, but then you can get it online in like a month from now. And it's just like, stop it. So that just grinds my gears. And also when people love everything, I'm like, that makes me not trust your recommendations. It's making me think that you just want us to use your link and go buy everything, because see, there's something up with my bone here. Like everything patches right in that one spot and I don't get it. I think it's just my bone because it doesn't happen on this side. So weird. It's frustrating. Anyway, so do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like so many creators now too. What drives me a little bit nuts about YouTube specifically is when I think I'm gonna use this dark brown here. That is number 9, which is the matte warm brown, just with a tiny this is a Morphe brush. This is M514. What was I saying? I can't remember. Oh, I feel like once creators get big, they just like abandon the platform completely. And listen, I get it. They have more opportunities, and you know, they're doing other stuff. A lot of them create brands, and then they obviously become too busy, and so they're just dealing with the brand they created. But so many people I watch are like, I'm back, and like they'll post one video and then literally they'll be gone for like 5 months again. And you're like, what? And most of the time it's like they're back to sell you something. Like Jaclyn Hill is definitely guilty of that. Like she'll leave and then come back and be like, hey, I'm back. And it's like, okay, I don't care, because you're just gonna leave again until you sell something again, you know? I don't know, that's just something I've been thinking about within the beauty community that's like a little bit frustrating. I don't ever want to make you feel like you need a product so bad that you have to break the bank, or I'm just going in with that dark matte brown. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing right now though. It's too gray. It's too gray. I probably shouldn't have put that mid-tone one on. But I don't know. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like darkening the outer crease, but I think I'm gonna go on the lash line with the navy. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I just don't ever want to be like shoving something down your throat and make you feel like you need to go buy it and you have to use my link. Like, I don't care. Use mine, use somebody else's, do whatever. Like, do I wish I was making money on YouTube? Yeah, obviously, but I also do this for fun. I do this as a pastime, I guess. But I don't know, I've really kind of slowed down on buying every single release that's come out, because I'm just like, people are getting overwhelmed, I think. That's how I feel anyway. I don't know, I get overwhelmed. I'm kind of like, okay, can you just do like a get ready with me or something? I don't know. And other people like seeing just all new releases, so I guess it's personal preference. Okay, this eye is just annoying. Like, why can't it be like this? I don't know. I don't know if it's that I have a couple little hairs there all the time that I need to tweeze, or if it really is just my bone. Because I feel like it always looks patchy. I don't know. Sorry, my stomach's like, wow. Okay, I think we're gonna go in with some eyeliner. I'm just gonna go in with a brown one, just whiskey, you know, the same old. I'm gonna do it very close to the lash line because I'm gonna be covering it anyways. Actually, I probably should have gone in with stone. Not stone, ash. Okay, I'm gonna forget what I just did. I'm gonna go in with ash from Victoria Beckham. I feel like everything is just going so gray on me. I wish it was more like, I don't know, maybe like the neutrals, like this. Oh, I love this. Like, I'm obsessed with this. And I think what I'm needing is kind of like a little bit of a warm brown, just to calm things down out of the gray tones, you know? I'm gonna go in with that matte blue, that like really deep blue, and put that on my lash line. Anyway, I'm sorry. That wasn't like really a rant. It was just like, I don't know. It's just a lot. There's a lot of releases, especially around Christmas, and it's like, I ain't rich. I need to be saving my coins for Christmas, okay? I don't want this to be so thick. Try to blend this out just a little bit. I really wasn't wanting this line to be as thick as it is. I'm not having a good makeup day. I feel like I did better yesterday. It's pretty though. Everything is going on very smooth. Like, I haven't struggled with any of the colors. I'm just... Okay, it actually looks kind of good. But I wish I wouldn't have gone so heavy because I feel like I always do like a very heavy wing, and that wasn't really my intention today. I kind of wanted to do a little more like blended out blue on the lid, on the lash line, I mean. I wish that pinky shade was kind of showing more pinky than gray. You know? Okay, so what I think I want to do is go in the inner corner with that satin beige shade, this one here. And then I think I'm gonna go in with a shimmer, but I don't know which one I want to use. I think maybe I want to go in with this, like, just to calm down this cool tone look a bit. Maybe I'll go in that goldeny one. And just right in the center. Okay, so I will do the other eye, and then I will put my mascara on, and we'll see if we want to do something on the lower lash line. So I will be back. Okay, so I just put a little tiny bit of that navy underneath the eye as well, along with Ash from Victoria Beckham. And I will just add a tiny bit of mascara, and I'll show you the lip, and then I'll go do the brows off camera because it's just a whole routine. And so I'm just going to use this for the bottom lashes. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Exagger-eyes. Did not get a lot of fallout under the eye. Just one little teeny tiny speck that I just... With this kind of glitter, it's not going to stick as much as... And Alicia Archer mentioned this in her video. She didn't buy this palette, but she like made a dupe of the palette using Natasha Denona eyeshadows. You should go watch it. She's really good. I can't speak today, I'm sorry. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, with these types of shimmers, they are a little more like piecey, and so they can fall down onto the face. I haven't gotten any on my face yet, but yesterday I did have some. So just a warning. And Natasha's are more like, I don't want to say wet where they actually like stick to your eyelid, but kind of like they're not wet, but it has more of like a sticky texture that will actually stay on the lid a little bit better than these types of shimmers, but I just love the way these look because they're very like magical on the eye, you know? Like I used for my wedding, I think I used the golden palette, but then I went in with shimmers from the original Ethereal Eyes, and I think I used like these two maybe, but yeah. I'm wondering if there are some similarities I could show you in these palettes. Some, but not many. First, we're gonna do the lips, because I did get a new lip shade. This is Jeanette's fault. This is the Dior, what is it called? Oh my gosh, it's the Rouge Dior. It's so small. It's 113 Sequin. So it is that type of liquid lipstick where you press your lips together and then there's like glitter in it. And I was like, I gotta see what that's all about. And then I was told that it was kind of similar to my Gucci, and it looks a little similar to this Sephora cream lip stain. So I will compare those. So here I have, well, I'll do this one first. So that is a swatch of it. And this is the Gucci lipstick. So even cooler toned than the 113 Sequin. And then I'll show you the cream lip stain, which is Iced Latte. More similar to Iced Latte than the Gucci. So we're gonna go in with a Makeup by Mario lipstick. I really want to go in with Rach. I think you know how much I love it, but I'm not going to because I think that my lips will be too cool tone, and I've already got a very cool toned eye. So I think we'll go in with Makeup by Mario's Tan lip liner. Which has a tiny bit of warmth to it. I never realized how warm it actually is. But now that I have all of those like super cool toned lip liners, this is looking super warm. Now, this liquid lipstick is not exactly the best for somebody like me who has extremely dry lips. However, I like a lipstick that is going to last. I don't know if you need to shake it, but I just do anyway. And so I do like a liquid lipstick. And I don't want it to be, you're not supposed to put them together yet. But I just wanted to sheer it out a tiny bit because I don't want it to be too brown, like overwhelmingly brown. So we're just going to let that sit for a minute. I'm gonna go do my brows. Once I come back, I will press the lips together so you can see that kind of sparkle. You could just leave it like this and not do the whole sparkle thing, but you could kind of see little bits of the sparkle wanting to come out. I don't know why my forehead looks so shiny, but it does. Probably because I used the Prada foundation and then I used the bronzer, which is the R.E.M bronzer, and it is a shiny bronzer. But I'm gonna go do the brows and I will be back. Okay, so I'm just letting my brows kind of sit for a second. So just a quick comparison from the Neutrals palette. These are very similar to what is in the palette. These are the matte shades. They're all matte in that palette. But I'm just gonna show you. I would say that the texture of these ones are definitely creamier than the mattes palette, but just to show you similarities, this is the satin shade. This is that kind of gray brown. I actually prefer the one in okay, so this is the neutrals. This is the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight. I actually prefer the one in the neutrals. I kind of was expecting a taupey kind of tone like that, but this is the one in the new palette, and then this is the brown, the dark warm brown. But just to show you, there are definitely similarities. Not exactly the same. I'm gonna do that slate shade. This one here, in comparison to that, the bluiest one in the palette, which is right here. So not quite the same. This one's definitely more gray. That one looks almost purple in comparison. And then we will swatch the pinky kind of mauvey tone. And the pinkyish one is right here. So this one leaning more warm. And then the black. I think the black in this one is definitely going to be more pigmented, but this one's quite pigmented as well, actually. This is the neutrals, and this is this one, the Ethereal Eyes. So there are definitely some similarities. If you're a matte kind of gal, like I am mostly matte, I'll do shimmers just for like events and stuff and for fun, but on a regular basis, I'm definitely a neutral mattes kind of gal. So this one has come in so clutch for me, and I do love that it has a little bit, some warm, some cool. I like that there's a mixture in there. And this is this one. If you're on a budget and you want something very similar but not the same but similar, I hope this still exists. If it doesn't, I'm going to be so mad at myself for not checking. The Twist of Slate from, I'm sorry, I don't know why my stomach is grumbling so loud. Twist of Slate from ColourPop. I think you can see we have some similarities here. I'm not going to swatch the whole thing, but you can definitely see they have kind of like that pinky mauve. They have that like navy looking shade. It's not going to be as navy as this one. This one's like a true navy, but they have that like deep brown. They have the shimmers all on top. They have a little primer shade at the top too. I love this one. I always thought this one looked very similar to the Vega palette, and I think it does. And then we have the actual Vega palette, which also has some very similar tones to it. Not going to be the same, but similar. It does have that navy shade, the black, that shimmery pink. The shimmery pink's not really close to any of the shimmers in this palette, but you know, it's kind of like got that kind of mauvey pinky undertone, the dark browns, the grayish kind of shade. Definitely some similarities there. What do I like better? I don't know. I love the Vega palette. Like, I love that one. I don't know. Definitely give me similar vibes. I like that there's more options in the Ethereal Eyes palette, but if you have Vega, I don't think you need it unless you really want those, like, sorry, that's this palette. I don't know why it's so squeaky, but definitely some similarities in the Glam palette too. Not exactly. I feel like the other ones are closer matches, but in regards to like this shade, you know, like the deeper brown. I'm like, what am I looking at? My messy desk. So not exactly, but I think there are a couple shades you could get a similar look. But to me, Vega and Twist of Slate are very close. If you're looking for similar matte shades, I think if you have the Patrick Ta palette, you might have some similar, oh my gosh, mattes in your collection. I really should go do my brows because they're just looking weird right now. But you know what I mean? Like this row, I think could be similar. That kind of cool toned row. This looks even cooler, the Ethereal Eyes, because obviously Patrick has the warm tones on the top, the cool tones on the bottom, which I love because there's variety. And then this one could be similar as well. This is the Morphe 18 CT, which I believe is Cool Tones, Matte Essentials. So definitely some vibes, similar vibes here. You have kind of like that pinky mauvey tone. There is an actual purple in here. There's kind of like those navy gray kind of type slate shades, the dark browns. There's a nice white in there. Haven't used this one in a while. I do like it though. And what else? Somebody said something about Smoky Essentials. I don't really think there's a lot of similarities in the Smoky Essentials. This one definitely pulls more purpley, but I think maybe this shade could be similar to maybe this one. And then maybe just one of these like matte shades. Maybe this one would be the closest to that. But I think that's really it. And then the black. Besides that, I don't think there's any shades that are really that close, but I really do like this one. So I think that's it for comparisons. I'm sorry I didn't do more swatches, but I wouldn't say they're identical. They're just very close. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, I do think this shade is stunning. This like blue one. Like I don't really want to put it on because I already have that goldeny one, but that is so pretty. I love that. I have a dark speck in that shade and it's driving me nuts. I want it out. There we go. So very, very pretty. Do I think you need it? I don't know. I think if it's within the budget and you really, really love cool tones, like you have to like cool tones. Otherwise, like I do really love cool tones, but even some of these brownie tones are leaning a little bit cooler than I was expecting and that I wanted them to. So it's really up to you. It is limited edition. I'm just putting that out there just in case you were thinking about it and you were maybe wanting to wait until the sale. Hopefully it will still be available. I think it will be. I don't know. I shouldn't say I can't see it selling out because it's definitely happened. It looks like Huda's coming out with a cool tone palette too. But it's like, I feel like it looks like something she's already come out with. I'm not sure. Sorry, I just had a hiccup there. So, I don't know. I do really like it. I'm obviously not taking it back. I'm glad to have it. I don't know that I'm going to reach for it every single day. I feel like, to me, in my everyday life, the smaller palette, the matte neutrals, is definitely something that I personally would reach for on a more regular basis. Like that is one of my absolute favorites. And I feel like if I just had the regular Ethereal Eyes and that matte neutrals, I could get a similar look using these shimmers to what I have today, minus that like blue shade. But just goes to show I do have similar things already in my collection, so I probably could have achieved this look with what I currently own. So I think it depends what you have, what you're looking for. If you are like really looking for a cool tone palette, you really are in the market for cool shades and sparkly shades, then I definitely think this could be the one for you. My brows today, sorry, he just walked in and literally just came out of the shower. Like, okay, what are you doing? My brows are so crusty on this side. Like, I don't know what I did different, but they crusty. I feel like this one always looks way better. Like, what? Why does this happen? See what I mean? Like, there's a little bit of product kind of just like gunked up in there. Anyway, I'm almost done. But yeah, I think if you're in the market, you have the extra money for it, and you do love a kind of wet look shimmer, and you're actually going to wear it, then definitely do it. But the price in Canada is like stupid. I think it's 60 something for, I think like 68-ish for the smaller palettes. Something like that, in the 60s. I don't know 100%. And I believe this one is 68 US. But in Canada, it's like 92. Like, come on. Give us a break. Yeah, me and my brows are just not getting along. Yesterday, horrible brow day. I'm gonna try to fix this and I'll be back. Okay, let's hide this one. Just concentrate on my one decent brow. Yeah, so this is the final look. Again, if you want me to do something different, if you want to do all blue or all brown or just a shimmery look, let me know. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see the little flecks of sparkle. Mostly on my top lip. I think what I want to do is just add a tiny bit of a lighter shade just in the center. That is the Chantilly Lace from Laura Mercier. So I do like this. But yeah, I do really like it. The eyeshadow palette, I don't think it was a must. I think it'll be beautiful for like New Year's, holiday. I think will be great. But me in my everyday life, I prefer these guys. I don't know where the other one is, but I use this one a ton, the warmer palette, and the matte neutrals I wear all the time too. So I do really, really like this, but it is very cool toned. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you have to love cool tones, otherwise just don't even. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I'm sorry I was kind of like rambling forever and ever. Let me know what you want to see next. I think I'm gonna seriously just do a get ready with me next week with all my existing products. I'm kind of gonna be on a low buy, I think, because I need to just calm down. But these ones just kind of spoke to me, you know. It's like cool tones. Come on. But yeah, let me know what you want to see next, and I love you so much, and thank you for being here.